Being tested is not pleasant, and yet we're tested every day with so many different challenges. Our values are put up to the test. Everything in our life is basically day in and day out, we're being tested. And it gets very heavy on us sometimes. And many people I've spoken to feel sometimes so crushed. And they can, they feel like they're crushed, they're crumbling under the load of the constant tests and challenges that come their way. So I want to say that in this week's Torah portion, we have the famous Avram, Abraham. He's tested 10 times. The last of his tests is the most difficult one, where he's asked by God to sacrifice his son Isaac on the altar. And he does it, and he's willing to do it. The last minute, God tells him not to do it. But we mention him every day in our prayers to exemplify how great Avram was, and we ask Hashem to remember his commitment and to be compassionate to us as children. But I wondered many times, I think to myself, he's not the only one that was willing to give up his child for God. In fact, there were thousands of Jews throughout history who not only were willing to give up their life and their children's life, they actually lost their lives. They were burnt at the stake, who knows what. They were tortured to death because of their Judaism. And yet we make no big fuss of them. We make a big thing of Avram, even though at the end he didn't even do it. Yes, he was willing. It's no question. It's a wonderful commitment. But why do we make such a big deal of him and no one else? The answer is that Avram was the first. He trailblazed the idea of self-sacrifice. And when you're the first, that's the most difficult. You see, every test that you're going through, whether it's today, yesterday, the last week, last month, last year, no matter what it was, whether it was a financial test, a religious test, any kind of test, a family test, believe me when I tell you, you're not the first that has went through this test. And as such, it is much easier for us to navigate. We have the shoulders, we're on the shoulders of people that have shown us the way and made it so much easier. They paved the path for us and made it a path that is easier to tread and to get through. So yes, God tests us, and the reason he tests us is to bring out that deep strength. So sometimes it makes us much stronger people. We don't ask for tests, of course, but when we are, don't let it break you. Don't fall apart, because number one, someone before you went through this test and made it possible and much easier for you to do it. So hang in there, and it'll bring out the greatest depth within you yourself. So don't fall apart. Look back in history to Avram and the thousands of others who have shown us how to go through a test and come out whole on the other side. You can do it, otherwise God wouldn't put you through it, and you'll become so much stronger as a result. So don't give up, hold on tight, and recognize that this is for our benefit. And again, I don't ask for it. No one wants a test, but it is, when you go through it, you realize how powerful it was. You're not the first. It's much easier for you than it ever was. Shabbat Shalom, and all the best.